Don't put your hand in the pan, okay? Don't make a burn, eh?
My name is Vince Moya. Since I was young, I've had a passion for cooking. Growing up in a strict Calabrese family, I was always led to believe that the men are the providers and don't belong in the kitchen. I was never encouraged to pursue what I loved most. Hey, you can't mix flour and cement, right? But times have changed, and so have I. With a pinch of salt and fresh basil leaves, I'm sure I won't disappoint my friends, my family. So come and join me and my niece Magdalena while we explore, make mistakes, have fun, and enjoy the culinary masterpiece of Italian cuisine. Join us on this wonderful cooking journey of Ceviche.
Hello everybody, welcome once again to Ceviche. We have a brand new episode and I am super excited today, and I cannot even tell you how many years ago that I was in this exact kitchen. It's been over a decade that I was in this exact kitchen in a cooking show where I had to prove to my friends and family that I could cook. Because yes, I was kicked out of the kitchen. And now a decade later, thank you to my beautiful sister-in-law and my brother for allowing me to be in this kitchen. I am much more confident, and we are going to cook something that came out of fluke. I was at my good friend Roberto Mara's house, and we were trying to prepare something to eat. And I was starting with something, I kind of messed up, and then it turned into what I'm gonna cook today. Robert said it was so good that I wanted to do a show about it, and it is bruschetta with steak bruschetta with some provolone cheese on a nice Kaiser, toasted with a side of bruschetta pieces with some hummus and some olive oil. Simple dish that you could do anytime. Let's give it a go. I got the steaks here, they're very raw. I'm going to season them, and then we're gonna go through all the steps on how to prepare this. Super simple, super delicious. I'm Ceviche right here on Ceviche, another episode, and follow me and let's see what happens today. So the ingredients are super simple. You can get any type of bread you want. I like the Kaiser bread inside. I take out the actual dough inside, which gives me some more depth where I could put my steak and provolone cheese so it could sit nicely in there. So you can either do steak, chicken, pork, whatever you want, some provolone cheese, sea salt, pepper, olive oil, and that's it. Crisp the toast a little bit, and you could serve it as an appetizer, or you can have it as a main. Today we're having it as main, and that's it. As far as the bruschetta, we're gonna have some side pieces. You can get any simple bread you want. I like to use baguettes. I cut it to my liking, and then you just put some hummus spread topped with some cherry tomatoes, and that's it, guys. This is perfect for parties, perfect for like just little munches on the table before people come in to have your main course, and that's it. Here we are, just preparing the steaks right now. Just getting another fork. I always like to get a clean fork for every ingredients here. Okay. All right, here we go. As I'm marinating the steaks, I like to use a fork to really get in there, make the sea salt get in there and all the ingredients. Some people use their hands. I like to use the crisscross method, as I say it, so it really absorbs inside the steak, and then I let it sit for a few minutes. This way all the juices and ingredients, freshy, get all instilled in there. So there you have it. They're gonna sit there for a few minutes, and then we're gonna grill these. Look at these babies, ready to go. It's very good. These steaks are gonna cook pretty quick because I don't like to overcook the steaks. So a couple of turns, they're ready to go. Ready to rock, here we go. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These are premium steaks here, all the way from Reggio Calabria, no. It's Canadian steaks. Quick fry, couple of turns, not too much. Look, you could cook your steaks however you want. I don't like them overcooked because they become dry, even though you season them after. I like to just wait until they're just when you see them, as I would say, bleeding a little bit, then I turn them and that's it. Literally a couple of minutes in and out, they're ready to rock and roll. All right, so we're just about done the steaks. Everybody's afraid to use the last juices of the pan. So the last steak, as a good luck, just make sure you swirl it around. It's all good. It's all the natural things that you've been using anyway. So it is very good. And I like to give it a little twirl. And there you go. Last steak ready to be plated. Here you go. Now we're going to go on to the bread. We're going to add a step over here. And actually, I never like to take credit. It's not from myself. My sister-in-law said, hey, what about if you, when you slice the tomatoes, if you use the juices of the pan? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just grill the tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, just very, very lightly, so they're that, you know, caramelized crisp to go beside the steak. So thanks, sister-in-law. Love you. So I like to cut them in half and then just put them in there. Just not too long, not too long, not too long. Here we go. So now all the cherry tomatoes are in the pan. I'm just lightly tapping them on their back like so, just to absorb all the juices. Just literally for 30 seconds to a minute, and then they're ready to go. And then these could go inside the bruschetta, steak bruschetta. I'm gonna just add it a little bit of salt. Don't be afraid to use salt. I'm not saying you have to use a lot of salt, but everybody's so afraid to use salt. We are going to just slice the bread. Yeah. Half. Don't have to, this is an extra step. I get the bread and I take out the inside a little bit because it's a little bit too much. It's very filling, so I just take it out a little bit. You guys could keep it in if you'd like. You could use a knife, you could use your hands. And it just gives a little bit more crispness and you don't feel too much of the bloating with the bread. So just take out, as we would say in Italian, a mollica do pane. Okay, so now what I like to do is, this is the secret ingredient right here, olive oil. No, it's not a secret ingredient. The secret ingredient is cooking with love, and more so than the food that we're eating is eating with the people that you love, and that's why this is gonna be amazing. I like to sprinkle some olive oil on the bread, just a little bit, not too much anyway, just a little bit. Then we're gonna put a little bit of salt, a little bit of salt, just a little bit. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some roasted red pepper hummus. And we're gonna just put it right so at the edges, okay? And just slightly tap it there. Again, you could use your own judgment and your own liking for how much hummus you wanna put. But you spread it all the way around, making a nice spread. And then you're gonna put the cheese, provolone cheese, right in the middle, just like so. We're gonna put this in the oven just for literally a minute, minute and a half. That's it, to 2 minutes, just enough to it to be crisp, but not too hard. And then we're gonna take it out and we're going to fill the steak. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so we are ready to put these in the oven. Here we are. Oh yeah, what a beautiful oven. Oh, I'm so happy. We're gonna put these in right over here. You see that? Look at that. You see that? It's a bit of good one. I'm gonna put them in there. Literally 1.5 to 2 minutes. That's it. I don't want it like a hard crust. I just want it enough to be just a little crispy, okay? Because I don't want us to have to go to the dentist after you bite into it, all right? Okay, here we go. So now, as I'm preparing, as those are getting nice and crisp, I'm putting some olive oil in a beautiful bowl right over here. Mamma mia, I'm starting to get hot right now. You know what that means, you know? So what I do is I just cut these. You can cut them to whatever size you want, a baguette. And what I do is I just dip it in the oil, just like that. Beautiful. And then what I do is now, you could get olive bread, you could get regular baguettes, but if you get the olive bread, it's perfect because then I get the olive hummus to go on top of that, which is very nice. You could top it off with an olive. We're not gonna do that today. I didn't like the olives, they didn't look that fresh, so we're gonna skip the olives, but you could top it off with an olive bread, olive hummus, top it with an olive, amazing. So right now, we're just gonna do a little spread of the olive hummus, right like so. That's it. And then we're going to put this in the tray, and again, we're gonna let this crisp for about 1 minute, and that's all you need because these are very thin. All right. The Kaiser buns are ready. I'm going to cut up the steak now, put it there, add some cherry tomatoes, and we are almost ready to rock and roll. The steak has been sitting, it's been settling. Now I'm just gonna pick it up and I'm gonna do some nice thin slices inside the Kaisers. Here we go. Okay, so now we are almost at the final, we're at the final step. Look at this, spoon. So what I like to do is we get to the tomatoes, all right? Now, you gotta just be the judge. I like to put 2 or 3, I like to start with only 2 per bruschetta, okay? And then depending on how many you have, you can always add, but I like to put 2. Always try to be, mindful with the presentation. All right, so now once you put an even amount, you could just keep going. 1, 2, 3 on all of them, wherever you feel you need it. And it's all about the love, guys. Wherever you feel your inspiration is gonna go, there you go. Now, once the cherry tomatoes are all put on the steak bruschetta, what I like to do is I like to sprinkle it with the last touch of sea salt right over here. Just like that, it goes very well on the tomatoes and the steak and the bread. There you are, my creation of a steak bruschetta with some provolone cheese, some cherry tomatoes. I hope that everybody that tries them today will like them. I'm definitely gonna try one. But before we do that, we are going to put some hot oil, just a little bit. I'm gonna just pour it on one. This is probably mine. And then we're going to put some balsamic vinegar glaze, just to drizzle. However it comes out, it doesn't matter sometimes. Look at that right there, guys. All right, here we go. Let's see this. I like it. I really, really like it.
There you are, steak on a Kaiser big bruschetta. You saw it first here on Utsevici. I haven't seen this anywhere. Hope you enjoy and you enjoy with your family. I'm gonna enjoy this with my family right now. I wanna give a big thank you to my sister-in-law Laura and my brother Joe. What a beautiful kitchen. It's so liberating when you have a beautiful kitchen full of space. Robbie, thank you once again. And make sure to like and subscribe. Go to Utsevici YouTube and all our socials. Now, guys, let's eat these bruschettas. All right, we're out.
Who touched my spoon? Giuseppe not touching my spoon, eh?